Hi, this is Andreas. Now we're at the Suzuki booth, and Suzuki is quite an important stand this year because Suzuki has really gone all out and unveiled new models. This is the new V-Strom 800, DL800, V-Strom DE, and all right, a new engine, an inline twin. No surprise there, but the V-twins are staying in Suzuki's lineup, so don't worry. Inline twin. I might be lying now, but I don't think so. 84 horsepower, 78 Newton meters, 220 kilograms ready to ride, but a big 21-inch front wheel, 220 millimeters of front suspension travel, and 220 millimeters of rear suspension travel. Up and down quick shifter, traction control, ABS that can be turned off at the rear. Basically everything we need for some cool adventuring and fully adjustable suspension. Let me just take a seat. And the riding position lets you really go for it. TFT display, 54,900 or something like that. And it's going to be quite a battle between Suzuki and Honda this year. In my opinion, this is a motorcycle that really could turn out to be a hit, because we know that Suzuki is above all famous for the excellent chassis, or should I say chassis. They make great chassis, meaning frames and suspensions. But that's not all when it comes to this engine size. I really like that some people just read from a script, but I'll actually test it and then tell you all the details. So for now, just a quick and hot take. The GSX-8S, which has the same engine as the DL800, 84 horsepower, 2 cylinders inline, so it's a lightweight naked bike with a playful character, because we know that these 2 inline cylinders really do the job. It also has full electronics, an up and down quick shifter and so on. That's a pity here. I don't know why there's no adjustable suspension in the front, and honestly that makes me a bit sad. And the brake master cylinder looks rather, well, a bit crude, but the motorcycle itself should be really good to ride, because as I always say with Suzuki, it's always the same story. These bikes just handle like a rocket. Interestingly, the SV650 is still available in the lineup. I joke that it's like this. Everyone is making these naked bikes, you know, a bit stylish, a bit classic. Guys, I've tried the T07 different versions. I've waited so long, and yet there are still people out there who appreciate the SV650. A naked bike with a V-twin, it's just a blast. So I absolutely cannot wait for the upcoming tests, and there will undoubtedly be quite a significant battle with the Hornet, because here we clearly have direct competitors, truly one-to-one. And here we have living proof that Suzuki was capable of making brilliant motorcycles that handle amazingly, but sometimes they just don't make the best decisions. As history shows, the last MotoGP motorcycle from Suzuki, the last Suzuki motorcycle in the World Endurance Championship, Suzuki has already withdrawn once before and then came back. Now, it's likely that Suzuki will never return to MotoGP, and you can see he's also quite taken aback by that. What's even more remarkable is that at the end of the season, Rins won 2 races, including the final one in Valencia, on exactly this kind of machine. It's a real shame. He even wanted to buy it back, but they wouldn't sell it to him. Bit of sadness. Besides that, from what I can see here, there are new paint jobs for the Hayabusas, new paint jobs for the Katana, and for the 125S. It really did sound like that. Ba 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 ba. The 125cc Suzuki engines are actually some of my favorite 125S ever. They rev and perform just like those small motocross engines. And I'm really glad that the GSX-S 120, GSX-R 125 and GSX-S 125 are coming back to the lineup, because in my opinion, they're some of the coolest 125S you can buy, let alone as a way to start your motorcycle journey. So that's just awesome. I'll be taking them out for test again myself, and I'll be having a blast. On the straights, in the corners, popping wheelies, everything. Awesome. Let's go even further, because there are still some interesting things left. I forgot such a crucial piece of information. Suzuki really emphasized this, so maybe it's worth mentioning that this engine has an additional balancing shaft, and that's an innovative solution, so I don't know what to expect. I can expect smooth operation from the 2-cylinder engine, which could be cool. And no, this is not a sponsored video. Really, if they keep saying it over and over again, maybe we really do need to think about it. Because maybe it will actually change something. And now, the biggest surprise, there. I can only bet that, as usual, everyone is hung up on a story, meaning all the new DLs, you know, referencing the Derby. Dakar, everyone just talks about Dakar. But look at that cool chrome side stand it has. The biggest chrome side stand I've ever seen. Even Royal Enfield wouldn't turn their nose up at it. And that's the biggest surprise. You know, I mentioned earlier that the two-cylinder Suzukis are staying, but I meant the SV650, and it turns out the DL650 V-Strom is also staying in the lineup. So that one will be the D version with an inline engine, more off-road oriented, with a bigger wheel, while the beloved two-cylinder V-Strom is still available in the lineup. Honestly, for me, that's great. I'm curious how long it'll stay in the lineup, but it's there. Two cylinders, either inline or V, whatever you prefer. Something's brewing with this DE. They've really latched onto this DE because it's the V-Strom 1050 DE. I already talked about it at the Intermod Fair, but I'll repeat it once more. The V-Strom with a big front wheel, improved electronics, quick shifter, up and down, two cylinders, V-twin. Just like for many people, the only proper setup for adventure motorcycle is a big V-twin, small V-twin, an inline twin in a naked, a V-twin in a naked, or a 125. It seems like Suzuki is making a comeback, maybe even a full one. And I'll finish with scooters. I'm looking at dirt bikes, but there aren't any changes in the dirt bike. As for scooters, the changes are that the Bergman stays, but we also have the Bergman 125, the Dress 125, and something called the Avenis 125. So basically, Suzuki's 125 scooters are also coming back to the lineup, which is cool. You can never have too many 125S. Plenty of options to choose from, whichever one you want. That's it. I'm heading to the next booth, and you should look for more videos with the next booth, because in this series we'll split it so that each manufacturer where I stop will have a separate video. That's it.